Hi, my name is Alexia, and today we're going to be doing a physical TBR reading vlog. I have a jar full of prompts, and we're gonna pick out a couple and read some books because my physical TBR is bad. Let's pick out a prompt. A book with a pink cover. I picked out The Woman Destroyed. I've had this on my TBR for a while and I've been needing to get to it, so I'm very excited. That I read was The Woman Destroyed. I've had this on my shelf for a while. I'm glad I finally picked it up. I did rate it 3 stars. It had a bit of a hard time keeping my attention. It follows 3 stories of 3 separate women. The book was interesting. I'm glad that I finally picked it up. This talks a lot about social expectations for women. It talks a lot about the fear of aging, the fear of loneliness, and the fear of being left behind. Okay, let's pull out another one. A dark academia book? Do I even own one of those? Let me look. I have A Lesson in Vengeance. This might be one of my only dark academia books on my physical TBR. This is young adult and don't know much about it, but we're gonna try to read it. I finished A Lesson in Vengeance and I actually really like this. I rated it 4 star. I've not heard many good things about this book, but I did really enjoy it. It is a YA thriller with dark academia. This follows Felicity, who is going back to her old school. This school has a history. It is said that the Dalloway Five, which was a group of girls that were supposedly witches, haunt the halls of the school. Alice comes to the school and it is her first year there, and she is a prodigy novelist at the age of 17. She asks Felicity for her help to research the Dalloway Five for her next book, and Felicity can't say no. I thought the book was pretty interesting. The ending did take a different turn than I thought it was going to. So if you're considering picking up this book, I would recommend it. We are going to pick another prompt out of my TBR jar. People on the cover. I picked Funny Story by Emily Henry. I just got this and I have been dying to read it. Hey guys, so I finished Funny Story by Emily Henry and I absolutely loved it. I rated it 4.5 stars. I read People Meet on Vacation and I believe I rated 4.5 stars as well. I loved it. And I was kind of hesitant on reading her books because I read Beach Read back in 2022 and I loved it. I give it a 5 star. If I read it now, I probably wouldn't give it a 5 star. I feel like I'm a little more harsh with my ratings now. But then I read Book Lovers and I hate to say this, but it put me in the worst slump. I read it like right after Beach Read and I was in a like 3-4 month long slump and I was just reading the same book. Like it was just that the whole entire time and I was dragging through it. It made me hate it and I really did not want to read anything else by her. I ended up getting rid of the book because I was like, that book is evil for putting me in a slump. I want it out of my sight. But now I'm like, oh, maybe I should read it again because maybe I was too harsh or maybe it was like there were other things going on. I don't know. So then it took me a while to read People Meet on Vacation because I had it on my shelf for a long time and I ended up loving it. So then I read this and I loved it as well. So I'm thinking that might have just been a fluke. I don't know. Maybe that book just isn't for me. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll try it, but that day is not today. This follows Daphne, whose fiance Peter just left her for his girl best friend Petra, who was dating Miles. Lots of names and lots of things going on. Daphne has nowhere to go. She decides to become roommates with Miles. I really liked the characters. I thought that Miles is so sweet and they both have a lot of emotions and things they're holding on to, that with talking to each other they are able to work through it. Daphne's trying to find some friends that aren't her and her ex-fiance's old couple friends, and she's just trying to find out what she wants her life to be like and stop basing all of her decisions around other people and try to start living for herself. Daphne and Miles decide to start fake dating to make their exes jealous. He starts taking her all around their city and showing her all the places that she's never been before so she can decide whether or not she wants to continue living in this town. I loved the characters in this book. Obviously the good ones, because there are some in here. No. I've heard such good things about this book and I'm so glad I picked it up. This is very fast paced. I will definitely need to read her other books. I believe the only ones I have left to read are Happy Place and her new one, Great Beautiful, Big Beautiful World, whatever that title is. And then maybe eventually reread Book Lovers, if I'm feeling kind. Because I was such a hater for that and I feel bad now because I think it was just a me problem. Hey, only time will tell. Let's pick out my next read. Okay, let's see. A book I'm looking forward to most. It's behind me, isn't it? Fable for the End of the World by Ava Reid. I got this right when it came out. This edition is beautiful. And I love everything Ava Reid writes. So I have very high hopes for this. And I've really been wanting to read this soon. I finished Fable for the End of the World and I really liked it. I rated this one 4 stars. Not my favorite Ava Reid book. I honestly just don't read a lot of dystopian. As far as I know, this is a standalone. And with the ending, how? Literally how? What was the ending? What, like... like, I'm actually so confused. So these characters live in Amsterdam. In this society, when people get to a certain amount of debt owed to the government, they're put into the gauntlet. They can choose to go themselves or send someone else for them. And there are angels who are the ones that have to hunt these people down. Our main character is sent into this gauntlet by her mother, who has a lot of debt. She is displayed as the lamb in this gauntlet, and the angel that is chosen to hunt her is trying to prove that she is still valuable to the leader of the angels. This is very action-packed, very fast-paced. Because I don't read much dystopian, I didn't know how I was gonna like this, but I love Ava Reid. As I've talked so much about her on my page, you're probably tired of hearing about it, but what can I say? I love her. The writing alone in this is enough to recommend picking this up, but the story is so good. It has those classic dystopian 2016 vibes, but it is also so fresh and unlike anything I've read. This is a very unique story, and I would definitely recommend picking this up. These gauntlets are live streamed to all of the people in the society. To them, it's like a game. They get to watch this modern display of predator and prey. I'm so glad that I got to read this book. Now I have read everything that Ava Reid has published. She has A Theory of Dreaming coming out in July, and that is the second book to A Study in Drowning, and I cannot wait. I am so beyond excited. Out of the 4 books that I read, I had 1 3-star, 2 4 stars, and 1 4.5, which I loved this one. These 2 were definitely my favorites. I'm definitely going to be doing more of these videos with TBR prompt jars as well as my TBR jar, just picking out titles. I am now at 141 books on my physical TBR. Make sure to like and subscribe, and find me on other socials. Thank you so much for watching.